So we're in Fresno, California. Just finished installing a 40-gallon Bradford White natural gas water heater. And sorry about the lighting in here. I don't have my flashlight with me, but there's your serial number and your model number. You can go to bradfordwhite.com, get this thing registered for your warranty. Otherwise, from date of purchase, they'll begin the warranty, I think, within 6 months. But anyway, so get that to them and get your warranty going on this. So starting at the top, we've got brand new vent pipe up to the ceiling bucket, and that's existing. So just new pipe down, a couple of offset 90s, and then of course back in here we give you that new shutoff valve. That is a Watts quarter turn ball valve, so just quarter turn off, quarter turn on, then a brass nipple in front of it. Your house is iron pipe, but we only installed brass. You can see brass valve and then a brass nipple. And then Falcon stainless steel connectors. These are 3/4 by 15 or 3/4 by 15 inches long, 0.725 inside diameter, so almost a full 3/4 inside diameter on these corrugated stainless steel supply lines. Largest in the industry, and a little more expensive, but that's what we like to use. A couple of brass extensions here from the tank, female to male, to give us a nice seating against the gasket that sits in that nut right there. And nice and lubricated. Relief valve comes with it, and this is for temperature and pressure. If you get too much temperature and or pressure buildup, this thing will pop off and release it. And of course the line is outside the laundry room here, behind that wall right there, down low. So that's good. And then a Falcon stainless steel connector tied back into the pipe right here. That's existing, that's yours as well. So everything up here looks good. We have the new adjustable straps, upper third and lower third. And then of course we've got you a new shutoff valve right here, and then a new corrugated, it's a coated, but it's a corrugated stainless steel supply line over to your controller. This is set right now at on hot, which is approximately 120 degrees. Keep in mind this right here, this scalding risk increases with hotter water, so be mindful of that. Having trouble with hot water in the home, it's probably not going to be this water heater, it's going to be the fixture itself. A single handle faucet or a single handle shower with a cartridge in there could be a problem, so try and avoid turning this up, otherwise you run the risk of scalding. So that's all in. Everything in here looks good. One thing that we did have to do is disassemble this gas line, because as you can see, the way that it was plumbed, it was piped out here real far, and it was in the way of the water heater. Now you might get away with in the future, trying to pull it out of there, without taking this apart, but we took it all the way apart, from that T all the way down here, all the way over here, through the wall, and then of course over to the dryer. One thing they did have is they had two valves here, one valve for the water heater, one valve for the dryer. And the dryer, it's either within 3 feet or within 6 feet. There needs to be the shutoff valve for the appliance. And so what we did is we abandoned the shutoff valve here, because we're about total developed length of about 7 or 8 feet of pipe, and the shutoff was here. And that's great because you know where it's at, but if you ever sell the home, nobody knows that that's where the shutoff for the dryer is. So there's the one for the water heater now. And then of course over here, what we've done, gave you a new shutoff valve right there for the dryer. And then of course a brand new corrugated supply line. And we didn't shove everything back, and you can see the dryer vent is perforated there and it's old, so I'd just recommend putting a new vent on before you slide this back in place. And make it as short as possible. Stretch it out, tie it in, and then shove it back into the wall. Be mindful when you push your dryer back against the wall not to kink that gas line. Kind of leave this washer out of its space until you're, and so you can kind of reach back here and work that gas line around without kinking it. Because if you do kink it, you run the risk of damaging it. So we're showing it to you right now. It is not kinked. It comes in nice, sweeping around the corner to the shutoff valve. So that's your brand new shutoff valve. No extra charge for that, unless you want to give us some money for the parts. That would be great. It's about $20 in parts. We didn't talk to you about it. We just put it in because that's where the valve has to be. It has to be at the appliance, not over in a contained closet. And then you had a couple straps previously that whoever did your plumbing here had some straps on the wall, but they weren't really holding correctly, and so we went and got one strap over here, and that's a stud, and so it's supported over here. And these other two guys, I'm not sure if they're just in sheetrock or whether they got it in a stud. I don't know. We didn't install it, but so that's good. And then of course everything's piped back through. We did test this. We have a little leak detector that we put on all our gas piping when we do it, and green, yellow, red kind of thing, just like PG&E's got, and it sniffs gas and makes sure that you've got no gas leaks in here. So Anyways, it's all piped back in, and everything's good. Outside of that, this installation is done.